Last time I was here, I ended up getting 10,000 Gamerscore in one afternoon. Today, I'm going to try and double that number. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is me, Morvi, and Happy New Year! I hope this year brings you all of the easy achievements that you deserve. Last year, I kind of slacked a little bit on the achievement hunting, and my backlog has got monstrous. It is an absolute mountain. With new games popping up daily, my love of half-completing games and the constant achievement updates have left me with somewhat of a monstrous task to get through. On one hand, I need to get this bad boy done, but on the other hand, I want to play games that I want to play. This project has been looming over me for ages. I find myself putting games that I actually want to play to one side because I know I have a never-ending list of games needing a little bit more work done to them. So, now I'm sifting through the backlog as fast as I can so I can get to the games I actually want to play. I have around 80,000 Gamerscore waiting to be gained, and there is a constant amount of achievement updates popping up, so that number keeps on rising. As much as I've grown, this is going to help me get my goal of 1 million Gamerscore, so it is not that bad. By that time, I want a nice mixture of achievement hunting games, shovelware games, and like the more longer, better titles. Like I want to play a lot more AAA titles. For example, I want to get through Bully or Canis Canem Edit, depending on where you're from. I want to get through all of the CODs, like all the previous CODs. I've done a lot of work on them. There's just a few little bits and bobs that I need to clean up. What's that Jet Set Radio game? Cyberfunk? Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. I need to get that done. I have like 4 free achievements left to do, and they're like just minuscule, and it's just sitting there at like 70%. And it's just like, no, please. But yeah, I want a lovely little mixture of all sorts of games. So, welcome to Achievement Dumpster Diving, or the Achievement Backlog. I still haven't figured out a name yet. We'll get there eventually, but for now, we're just going to keep on hitting that backlog, and it's going to come to us. If you have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comment section, or if you have any games that you have a weird love-hate relationship, like I do with a lot of these titles, please let me know down in the comment section, because it can't just be me that has this little gripe about the achievement hunting games. Today, I'm going to be playing a bunch of games that have had achievement updates. These games are ones that I've completed in the past, but they've received new and shiny achievements to hunt. Usually, these updates are a little bit tedious, and in some cases, all you have to do is boot up the game and you'll get that 1000 Gamerscore added to your account. The thing with these achievement updates is the base 1000 Gamerscore is a standard achievement hunt, but the first update always tends to be something silly like die 5, 10, 15, 20 times, walk 5, 10, 15 paces. Like, it's very much like, why? But we aren't here to listen to me moan about free things given to me. Oh no, we are here to hunt achievements, so let's go get it done. Before we begin, if you haven't seen the first episode, then please queue it up and watch that also. The link is in the description. If you guys enjoy this sort of video, then please let me know down in the comment section, as I am planning on doing more of these going forward and getting through my backlog, hunting that Gamerscore as quickly as possible. I am still going to be doing my top 10s, the guides are still going to be coming back, but I just need to get rid of this massive bulk of Gamerscore sitting under me. I need to get rid of it. But yeah, if you like it, let me know down in the comment section. Sweet. But let's jump headfirst into this backlog and go get some Gamerscore. So, the first game we're going to be tackling today wasn't even originally on my list. That will be a running theme on this episode. I was mindlessly scrolling through my achievement list, planning my second run, and I got far enough down to where I usually would stop, thinking that I've completed all the rest down below. And lo and behold, I found even more updates that I had missed. I'll check behind the sofa next. Reactor X2 is a puzzler that was one of my first pickups as an achievement hunter. Originally it had 1000 Gamerscore, and this was before the mass achievement upgrade hype. So, that means I've completed it a total of 8 times. The premise is very simple. We need to turn on the power to our ship, and to do this we need to push coloured boxes and match them with the correlating colour on the floor. Where would puzzle games be without them boxes, eh? In this game's defence, I think this was one of the original achievement box pushing titles, so I'll give it a little pass. This one. It is a pretty simple one. Many of the puzzles are very self-explanatory, and I did notice that the boxes usually spawn close to where you need to place them. In total, there are 30 levels to blast through, and there's also some additional achievements to pick up that ask us to activate some tutorial squares. We'll find these throughout some random levels on the floor. All we have to do is walk onto them and our achievements will pop. With the final update, I had to start again on this playthrough, and it took me around 17 minutes to complete the whole game. And that is very good for a game offering a total of 5000 Gamerscore. The game is very self-explanatory. As I said, the puzzles are already half completed for the most part. As you can see on screen, I'm hardly taking my time or paying attention, and I'm blasting through them levels. This one always goes into the sales, but there is also a Reactor X1 that also offers 5,000 gamer score. They both have PC versions, so if you play both of these, you'll get 20,000 gamer score. I have spoken about this one in a very old video, but I thought I'd give it a little shout out on here if anyone hasn't got it yet. When looking into Reactor X2, I also noticed they have released a third iteration. This one currently does have 1,000 gamer score, so I'm going to hold off until them updates start rolling in. I have made many guides over the various updates, but going forward, I'm going to be showing you all of the easy achievement games, but I won't necessarily have a guide on each one. I don't really like going back to a guide 5 times to slightly update it over the year, so from now on, I will wait for a couple achievement updates before my guide will go live. I did also go back to the PC version, which has the same amount of gamer score, so if you haven't already, grab Reactor X for Xbox and PC, and that will be an easy 10,000 gamer score boost. Right, that was a nice and easy one. Next game. Now for another one that seems like forever since I first originally played it. I was 1,000 gamer score short on the PC version of Lab Crisis. I have already cleared this little title on console, but it seems this one must have slipped under the radar. The reason I love seeing that big 5 at the end of the gamer score isn't because I love gaining loads of achievements at once. Oh no, it means there probably won't be any more achievement updates and I can finally put this game to bed. I've spoken about this one before, so I won't speak for England, but this is a very quick and easy 5,000 gamer score. Lab Crisis has us take control of this selfless little robot looking to save the day. The lab's been taken over by a bunch of aliens looking for a snack, and now we need to pick up all of the scared lab assistants and take them to the exit door. On some levels you'll have some pesky aliens to deal with, but to be honest they aren't much of a threat and they tend to serve as an inside safari as we walk past to safety. The main puzzles come with making sure you have enough room between you and the aliens when walking through their path. Thankfully this one I only needed to complete a few levels as it had saved my previous progress. Which is a great little addition, as you don't tend to find that with these games. When they get an update, it tends to wipe all the save and you have to start again. So, big up to the guys for doing that one. This is a great little tile to pick up if you're looking for a really quick and easy gamer score. There are 2 versions as I said, so again, you can easily stack 10,000 gamer score in around 30 minutes if you complete both titles back to back. It isn't the most thrilling, and if this didn't have the gamer score attached to it, I probably wouldn't have spent more than 2 minutes on it. I would add this one to the wish list as I have seen it pop up on the sales quite a few times. Grab a bargain, but I probably wouldn't grab this one at full price. Now, this is one I completely forgot to pick up in my last video. Cosmic Mirage is a side-scrolling shooter where we blast through the universe defending it from tyranny, or how I put it in my last video. The story's simple. Big scary demon alien comes out of nowhere being mean to everyone, and we're part of the Galactic Air Force protecting space, I guess? Space? So, what have we learned here? The game lore is on some Warhammer 40k logic of defending the galaxy. From what I have made out, the first boss could have been a threat, but apart from that it looks like we invaded planets, killed the residents, and then their leader. Even the demon at the end is like, please don't kill me, I'll give you a job. This title has 3 versions to get through, Xbox One, Xbox Series and the PC version. There is currently 1,000 gamer score attached to each one, but if I was a betting man, I'd say there are some achievement updates coming down the road. Each title takes around 25 minutes to complete, and there are accessibility features so it becomes super duper easy by making yourself invincible. I spoke about this one quite a bit in my previous video, so I won't waffle on too much. If you want to hear what I have to say, then please check out that video. I have linked it in my description below. This probably isn't the last time we're going to be seeing this game, so until then, next game. Hello there, it is post-production Reese here, and I thought I'd have to re-record this bit because I don't know how I did it. I have no idea why it's got crossed somewhere down the line. But I completed Senshi Soccerband's update, recorded it, wrote a little script so I can like read along to it, recorded that, edited that, and then today I went to go put the footage with the audio, and I somehow spoke about an entirely different game to Senshi Soccerband. Now, the game in question was a puzzle game that I haven't played in about 8 or 9 months. I can't remember what it's called. It is you push an ice block to the end of the level, It's kind of like Webgen and Dr. Robot, Mr. Robot, whatever that... I hated that game, but whatever that game was, it's like that when you kind of bounce off areas, but don't know how it happened, but yeah, so re-record with it now. Enjoy. Senshi Sokoban is a box-moving puzzler. Boxes! To complete this game, we need the boxes to be sitting on the spaces with the yellow dots. Now, since we've all played a gazillion achievement puzzle games, I do find games like this super duper simple, and kind of I was scratching my head going, is this really a game? For the most part, the puzzles are quite easy, and I feel like I have come across them in different iterations across other achievement hunts. But later on down the line, some of the levels are a little bit tricky, but for the most part, I did kind of just blast through this one. The graphics are very simple, and there isn't much to do with the story. It is just a classic puzzle game. Personally, I don't really have much of an opinion on this title. It was over before it begun. Didn't really try to do anything different, and as I said, when I originally recorded the voiceover, I somehow spoke about a different puzzle game entirely. So that pretty much sums up this game. Pretty forgettable, going to be confused with other forgettable achievement hunting game. I will say the aesthetic is very similar to the game I thought it was, so like there is that sort of correlation going on, but other than that, they kind of changed wooden boxes for a chunk of ice. Now, I do have a complete guide for this title. The update doesn't really bring much in terms of new content. I actually received all of the 1000 Gamerscore just by booting up the game, and I wasn't recording, so what you're currently watching is my older gameplay. I believe there are cheats out there that allow the game to be completed even quicker, but to be honest, this game is so easy. You can get through the game with a guide in like 20 minutes, and I reckon you could do it without a guide in under an hour. If you're just here for the Gamerscore, that is something to consider, but it does feel like a bit of overkill using a cheat on such a simple game. And I know you guys can do this, like honestly, like, you might shave off like 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Just play the game, you paid for it, crack on with it. There is both an Xbox and the PC version. I've only got to the PC version, but I will get to that Xbox one. I'm just going to wait for the other couple of updates to roll through, and then I'll get the achievements. This one is always in the sale, so it's worth picking up just for that 4000 Gamerscore. Don't expect to be blown away. It is a very simple puzzle game that will help kill 30 minutes. But yeah, next game. And then you're probably going to see Little Beard again. Peace. Foxes need to eat. Where to begin with this one? I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this game due to the fact that I've played this game to completion a total of 8 times at this point, and that's including the PC version. Time the game gets updated, my progress gets deleted, and I have to run all of the levels again. Now, this isn't too bad as the game is very, very simple, and you can do most levels with your eyes closed. The premise is simple. We play as this cute little fox, and the little man is peckish. So it is our job to go get the apple on each stage. You can use any means to get to it. When you walk out of the screen, you will appear on the opposite side. If you fall down a pit, you will appear again at the top of the screen. It's a fun little concept and a quick 4000 Gamerscore. There isn't really much of a difficulty with this one, and it can be sped through very, very quickly. There are a few chainsaws in the way from victory, so please make sure you do not turn your fox into a kebab. But other than that, it is smooth sailing. If you haven't played it, then now's probably a good time to jump on it, as I'm going to assume there's only one more update on the horizon before it caps at 5k. You can get the whole game completed in around 15 minutes, and you'll be 4k richer. Like I said, there is a PC version, so you can stack and get a nice 8000 Gamerscore in around 30 minutes. It's quick, it's cheap. I'll be honest, it is a little bit forgettable, but it's a nice chunk of Gamerscore if that's what you're looking for. This one does pop up in the sales quite a lot, so grab yourself a bargain. Next game. This title sneaked into the intro. Let me know if you saw it. I thought I was going to be done with this one for a few months at the very least. I wasn't planning on this achievement hunt, but when I was recording some of the intro footage, I went onto my achievement list and boom, there it was. In my last video, I played Alpaca Paca, and during the playthrough, I decided to turn on my face cam and give my opinion on the video there and then. Is Alpaca Paca. Now, I need to be careful with this name because I feel like I'm going to do a hate crime. And let me just show you. So I was thinking, oh, it's going to be like Zombie Derby. It's going to be like them sorts of like games where like you're going to run out of power and you need to level up your guy and just keep sprinting and yada yada. This is just the impossible game that I played when I was like 13, 14 on an iPhone 3. So this is the game, right? And also the jumping, for a game that's all about jumping, the jumping sucks. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like jumping as I'm falling off the ledge. As you can tell, I am thoroughly impressed. Jokes aside, I'm not really the biggest fan of games like this. It feels like a game that would have been really popular in 2007 on an earlier iPhone. In my opinion, when we lost the free Flash games and we wasn't able to play them online anymore, they started to appear on Steam and console marketplaces for a price. There is a silver lining. I realised that there is also a PC version that I never got to. So I was actually able to get another cheeky 2000 Gamerscore added to the account before I even got to the first update. This title is a pretty simplistic auto runner where we take control of this happy little alpaca, and he is on a quest to steal all of the money and kill anything in his wake. I think the story is a little bit more cuter than that, but that's what I'm going to go with. Alan, the Alpaca of Annihilation. I didn't speak about this in my first video, and I want to make sure I want to get all the info out, so to be clear, Alpaca Paca Dash has 2 versions for an easy achievement stack. Now, going back to this, I found myself enjoying this a lot more. I think this is because when I first played it on my first video, I wasn't expecting such a simplistic game. When I came back to it, I had 2000 Gamerscore to hunt, whereas on the Xbox version, I only needed the update. Since I played it previously, I think the game got a little bit confused as I ended up having to farm over 700 coins on the updates for it to pop, when really you should only have to grind for 300. On the PC version, I was able to farm all 2000 in one go and it was a lot more fluid. The completion took a lot less time on the original run. I was able to wipe through the game really quickly, getting over 100 coins per run. So I'm going to wind back what I said. I still think it's a pretty basic game considering you only use 2 buttons. I still think it's a bit of a flash game or something I would have played on an old iPhone. But I did find myself enjoying it a lot more now that I knew what I was going to get into. It's currently got 2000 Gamerscore attached to it, and there's probably going to be an update or 2 down the line. So yeah, if you see this one in the sales, grab it. Again, I wouldn't recommend this one at full price because, you know, like I said, you press 2 buttons. You know what I mean? Come on. We're achievement hunters. I know we like easy Gamerscore, but next game. This one is a triple whammy. Even though it is 3 separate games, in my head it comes as a trio. Zombie Derby, Zombie Derby Pixel Survival, and Zombie Derby 2 are side-scrolling vehicle and resource management type games set in a zombie apocalypse. Is that what you call it? Something like that? We're going to go with that. We are in a zombie apocalypse and we are getting out of Dodge. With each level, we start with a new vehicle and we need to drive it into the sunset. Sadly, the cars aren't geared up for an apocalypse, so we don't get very far. So, now it's time to grind out some money so we can upgrade the defensive and offensives of the car so we can push on to the end of the level. You earn money by killing zombies, doing flips, blowing stuff up, but a lot of that stuff also damages your car. You need to keep an eye on your car's health, your boost, and in one iteration of the games, your petrol. Essentially, you keep pushing on a little bit more each time, earning more money. The more money you earn, the more upgrades you get for your car. It's a very simple premise, and it carries over all 3 titles. The main difference is that the titles are the graphics. Pixel Survival is set in a Minecraft type block world, and it has a bit of a cutesy aesthetic going on. And then there are the other 2. The maps and the zombie models look quite realistic, and there isn't much cute stuff happening in the universe. It all looks a little bit drab. The achievements are also very similar across the board, which is very nice when hopping from one to the other. In the achievement updates, they do have a few different ones, such as in the last update of Zombie Derby 1, you had to flip 25 times for another 1000 Gamerscore, whereas in the Zombie Derby 2, it had me playing 5 extreme levels, which took considerably longer. Pixel Survival has its own achievement list where you need to find characters in each level. This means you need to play levels 1 to 6 to find them all. Thankfully, where you have to grind out all of the cars, you'll bump into them whether you like it or not. Now, you can pick up all of these games individually, but you can pick them up in a pack, and that is what I did. And that's why I think of them as one game as opposed to 3 separate games. At the minute, they all have an Xbox and a PC version, so there is a massive stack to be had. 2 are sitting at 5000 Gamerscore, and 1 is sitting at 4000 Gamerscore. So in total, we are looking at 28,000 Gamerscore in one set of games. That is a massive boost. Grab it while it's cheap and you'll have a lot more Gamerscore attached to your account. I think that what sways if I like this game or not is because it has such a massive pool of Gamerscore to be had. It isn't, again, it isn't the most thrilling game, but you do kind of get hooked. You kind of push on, you try and not have to fully upgrade your car to get to the end of the level. A lot of the time you will have to upgrade your car fully, but sometimes you can be a little bit cheeky and get through without all of the necessary upgrades. So it is quite fun, but again, it is not the best on this list. But massive gamer score to be had. Next game. Dr. Cat is probably one of the more unique titles on this list. We are some sort of psychiatrist cat, and we have patients come to speak to us about their traumas and past experiences. The experiences are in a form of muddle up JPEG, and it is our job to rearrange it to complete the level. Each image depicts a horrible situation that's happened to various cartoon cats. The game deals with some real traumatic experiences, with the guise of cute kitty puzzle game. There is a very big juxtaposition going on there. I am not going to lie, when I first played this game, I wasn't expecting it at all. I was doodling along making a cute picture when I thought it was a cute kitty, but instead it was a picture of a middle-aged cat having a breakdown because he can't pay the bills. I want achievements, don't make me sad. The game deals with all sorts of cheery themes such as cheating, depression, anxiety, and I think there's one where a cat is getting mugged as well, so it's all around a great time. All in all, the premise is pretty dark, but the silver lining, it does offer 3000 gamer score, and that is why we're here. Move over, Mr. Sad Cat, I'm here for the achievements. Take your tash and bog off. Since this is an update episode, I already had 1000 gamer score and I'd left it for so long that it had received 2 achievement updates. The first half of the update was super quick. I needed to move around 25 pieces or so for a bunch of achievements, and then I had to beat levels 8 and 9, which to be honest, wasn't too bad. And then I had to beat 4 hard modes. Now, previously you had to beat 3 hard mode levels for an achievement, so I thought to myself, okay, I only have to do 1. Amazing, cool. The thing with hard mode is that it splits the image up even more, and I'll be honest, it becomes pretty tedious. So I blasted through 1 level thinking, okay, I've got this, easy peasy, and it took me around 20 minutes. And then I'm sitting there waiting for the achievement, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. No achievement came, so in Morvi fashion, I closed the game, and I'll come back to it later, all while holding the tears back. So I ended up walking away from this one with 2,800 out of 3,000 gamer score. I'm going to try and finish this before I post the video, but we will see. I might be a big wet wipe. Next game. The final game I'm going to be blasting through today is the one I'm very fond of, and I have no idea why. Prisma Puzzle Prime, just like the name suggests, is a puzzle game. The best way I can explain it is that we need to get a beam of light from the beginning of the map, all being a lot of the time can be from multiple locations on the map, to the big pyramid. What makes it tricky is that we only have a finite amount of moves, so we can't just bum rush to the finish. There are some optional stars we can pick up along the way. These are used to unlock more levels, but more importantly for us, they are linked to achievements, so we also have to go and pick them up. When I first started this game, I thought it was going to be a walk in the park, but I soon realised that the majority of the 100+ levels are actually pretty challenging. I always referred to this game as the spiritual successor of a unlisted achievement game, Signal. They share a similar style, but there is something very alluring about Prisma Puzzle Prime. I'm not normally a big fan of these movement puzzle games, but the art style did really draw me in. I like that there wasn't a big bad enemy after us like the other movement games in the past. It gave me the time to think methodically and get through the levels, and most importantly, get them achievements. Thankfully, since I only had 1000 gamer score left to get, there was only a couple achievements left to pick up. I had to complete 30 levels, and thankfully I was sitting at 27 complete, gained 20,000 points. Each level completed and stars gathered goes towards an overall score. I was already sitting at 17,000, so that meant going back to earlier and easier stages and blasting through them. And then finally, I needed to collect a total of 80 stars. Each level has 3 stars to collect. Some are a lot easier than others. Again, due to having to completed the previous updates, I was sitting at around 74 stars, so this meant I could work on all of the other achievements in conjunction with this one and get it done super quickly. I currently have a 4000 gamer score achievement guide, but shortly after this video is released, I will be making an updated guide for Prisma Puzzle Prime for a 5000 gamer score achievement update. I'll show you how to get all the achievements as quickly as possible. I would recommend this game. If you are only here for the big gamer score, with a guide, this will only take you around 25 to 30 minutes. But if you're looking for a good puzzle game with a bunch of content, then look no further. There are 2 versions for this title, so you can get a whopping 10k. I haven't got the PC version yet, but it is on my list. But All in all, it is a very decent game. Go pick it up when you can. So that's where I thought I was going to leave it at. But as I was editing along and then started to upload it, I noticed there was a little bit of an inconsistency on my achievement list. And that inconsistency was Alpaca Paca Dash already got an achievement update. One positive, at least it came sooner rather than later, so let's get it out of the way right now. This time around, I needed to collect 400 coins, but that was okay because I've already collected 900 odd. I need to die 30 times and kill 60 enemies. I assumed that all I need to do is die once and kill one enemy and it will trigger it. And I was correct. Find a treasure chest and a bag of money. What the hell are you on about? After a bunch of runs, I realised it wasn't happening and these items were not appearing. I even started running the hard mode, but same thing, I got no luck. It wasn't until I went into the shop and I remembered there is a luck buff that you can buy. I ended up spending all of my money to max it out, and as soon as I jumped into the game, the coins changed into treasure chests and bags. Easy as. I also cleared it up on the PC to get another 2,000 that I wasn't expecting. And that is where I'm going to leave it today. 615k to 638,000 in one afternoon. That is not too bad in my books. I am feeling like I can breathe a little bit more now that I've got some of them updates out of the way. I still have a lot to get through and there's even more being added to the pile, but it is nice to see some of them updates reaching 5k. That tends to mean we can finally move on. It does feel as though the updates are becoming a bit endless and it is stopping me from getting to games I'd actually prefer to play. But the quicker I get through the list, the better. So you'll be seeing a lot more activity in 2025. 2024 was a bit of a weird one for me. I have taken on quite a bit more work IRL, and that has taken up a lot more of my time, and I can't hunt as much. Thankfully, it is easing up a bit in the new year, so that 1 million is very much in my sights. Also, another thing that kind of slowed me down was all the doom and gloom with all the news about Xbox in 2024. It didn't really fill me with much confidence with the brand, and it also made me take like a little bit of a step back. Like, I love it. I love Xbox. Like, I'll still be repping Xbox even if they can't be bothered to, but that was a hard one to take. But 2025 is a new year, so we're going to be smashing through that gamer score. Thank you to everyone that's watched this so far and stuck around to watch my content. But that's all from me for now. Until next time, I've been Morvi, and I'll see you later. Happy hunting.